I've been called selfish for breastfeeding while living with HIV. You could try to give somebody the correct information sometimes and they still only hear what they want to. You're a horrible person for taking that risk. I made a decision to breastfeed Zuri. How did that make you feel? Hey y'all.
Hey Mom.
Zuri. What? I am Cece and I am a mom who is living with HIV. I have a son, Zion. He is 12 years old and he is HIV negative. I have a partner, Dwayne, and we've been dating for about 6 years. We share a daughter and her name is Zuri. And she's also HIV negative. Ciao, Zuri. Zuri. Look, you sit right there, mommy gonna sit right here. I contracted HIV when I was about 19 years old, and it was from dealing with people in sexual relationships that I did not know their HIV status. I was 20 when I was diagnosed. When I found out that I was HIV positive, that was one of the most devastating moments of my life. Never thought that it would be me. So what do you say to somebody that's mad at me because I had you? Even though I took the medicine, I went to the doctor, I did all of that. What do you say to them?
What I would say is, don't judge. Look and go through my mom's story to actually get the full picture and see that she has actually done everything that she needed to do to make sure that me and Zuri are negative.
I did not breastfeed Zion. That was not an option at all.
How far in your relationship did Cece disclose to you that she was living with HIV?
She disclosed to me like almost right away. I believe if not the first time we met, maybe the second time we met. She just kept it real, being she was honest, and I respected that. So that's how I was able to handle it and make my decision on how, like, once we go forward.
Good job. You fed the turtles? Yay, high five. Good job. Mommy's so proud of you. This is my medicine. It is my lifeline. It has been what has allowed me to have kids who are not living with HIV. Is what's kept me healthy for these last 15 years. Is what allows me to not be able to transmit HIV sexually to my partner. I depend on this. This medication is what makes me undetectable.
Can you tell us about your decision to breastfeed Zuri?
I made a decision to breastfeed Zuri. In those studies that we do have available, we've seen that the risk of transmission when the parent is on antiretrovirals, HIV medication, that the risk is less than 1% when you breastfeed. I breastfed Zuri for 7 months. Aww. Hey, Ma.
Hey, hi, my baby.
Aww.
Love you so.
So when I got pregnant with Zuri, this time we are talking about breastfeeding, something that I never thought would be possible, you know, like I didn't even get the option with Zion. Now this comes on the table. How did that make you feel?
Thought it was a good deal. I really did. You know, I know that your providers had your back, and I believe what they said. So I didn't worry about that at all. And I knew that that breast milk would be the best for her.
Well, I worried enough for the both of us. I worried the whole 9 months. I worried every time I put my breast into her mouth.
I hate that you worried like that. You didn't express that when you were pregnant or when you were breastfeeding her. I thought you were okay with it, being that you were doing it.
In the middle of me breastfeeding Zuri, there was a shortage of milk because there was contaminated milk floating around. And I remember the thought of, oh my goodness, my breast milk is probably the safest thing I could be doing for my baby right now, even while living with HIV. You know, it's not sweet.
What?
It's the way that them people act on the internet.
I know, and I wish that I could change that for you because you still have so many people that don't know, that don't have a clue of what HIV is, even in 2023. Yes, I learn a lot from you, and I think we do as a family, and we thank you.
Yeah, because y'all love me.
Yes.
And HIV is just a part of me.
Yes.
So I'm grateful for y'all recognizing it and still continue to love me, because then that just helped me keep going. Because y'all ain't never treated me no different. Nobody ever treated me no different.
No.
I'm so grateful.
I love you.
I love you too.
I know you do.
I decided to share my story online with others for the first time on December 1st, 2018. I wanted to get it out and find somebody else. I wanted to find community. And in that blog, Healing is Voluntary, it's the acronym HIV. And I was tired of it meaning human immunodeficiency virus. As a woman who is living with HIV and who is extremely open with my status and extremely proud and open with the fact that I have kids, I have received a lot of negative feedback from the people online. Why have children knowing that HIV was going to pass down to them? The kids didn't stand a chance. That comment was not true at all. Clearly on my video, this video specifically, I said that my kids were both HIV negative.
What is like the most common piece of judgment you receive?
That I was selfish for having children, that I was selfish for breastfeeding one, and that feels like the opposite of what I have been feeling and experiencing. You're a horrible person for taking that risk. If you putting your child at risk, you are selfish. Go ahead and educate yourself. No baby should be at risk of contracting HIV just because of selfish decision of a mother who clearly doesn't understand her child is first. I just gotta add something, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Sure, go for it.
What really confuses me about this all is that we live in a country who has threatened the sexual and reproductive health rights of women, period. So they say you have to keep the baby. But is that only if you're not living with HIV? Because it seems that my decision to keep my children and to raise my children and to love my children is what gets me the most hateful, negative comments. So what do you want me to do? Do you want me to keep the babies? Do you want me to love the babies? Or should I throw that away because of a less than 1% chance of transmission when I end up pregnant? It's the willful ignorance that really gets me. You could try to give somebody the correct information sometimes and they still only hear what they want to. I've received so many positive responses as well. The medical providers will tell me that they refer their newly diagnosed women to my Instagram page, or I have a person thank me for doing the hard work because this is the hard work. So the Well Project is a nonprofit organization that serves women and girls living with HIV across the gender spectrum and those that are vulnerable to it. On my role of program manager, I get to attend conferences that are related to HIV and AIDS. I get to go there, learn the information, and bring it back to my community. I get to communicate and meet so many different women from so many different walks of life, and HIV being the thing that we share. Man, I get to do my life work every day. What I hope for my family is that I'm raising 2 children that know how to use their voice and that take space up in the world and that fight for what they really truly believe in. One thing that I would like to tell the world is that for people living with HIV, that is just a part of our identity. We have so many other facets and things going on. HIV is just a small